Shalom and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is Meditation and Mindfulness with Rabbi Adam Kligfeld.
Happy last few hours of this secular year. It's not the most, as we discussed in previous meditations, it's not the most meaningful way that Jews divide time, but we live in the modern world, and these cycles are not unmeaningful to us. And so there's worth to not just observing it, but incorporating these cycles into our religious and spiritual experiences. So what I want to do today is going to be a mindfulness moment, a meditation that, as always, gets us into a deep zone of contentment and serenity and an awareness of who we are that is sometimes lost as we're going through our days, but is also going to do some stock taking of this past year in a very simple way that I'll just allow it to speak for itself as you join with me. So I'm so glad that you're here to share this with me as we enter Shabbat and as we enter New Year's Eve and as we approach 2022. I invite you to all close your eyes. And already begin to sense the difference as your body settles. As in some way your senses heighten more, such that sounds you were not paying attention to before now seem loud and clear. And things that different parts of your body are touching, a carpet, a pillow, a cushion, you now feel with a great awareness. But at the same time, your senses gently begin to disappear, as if there's a oneness to your experience, not that you are hearing this or feeling that or smelling this, but they're all joining together to create a singular sensory experience where you are unified in your mind and in your body. Coming together as whole in a way that you may not have been since the last time you sat with mindfulness as a purpose. And already you'll notice that as you try to focus on nothing, everything floods in. And as you allow everything to flood in, you achieve pockets of nothing. And that even your own attention to my voice waxes and wanes such that you might find yourself aware in the middle of a sentence, not 100% certain how it began. That's okay. You enter a zone that is not slumber. It's not lassitude. It's very present and poised, and yet very restful. Before we add to this prompt, let's sit and breathe and experience and enjoy this womb we have just created for ourselves. If you like, you can count 10 breaths, deep, slow breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth. If you get to 10 before I give you another instruction, you can keep counting, or just sit in a quiet, uncounted breathing mode. And wherever you are in your count, I want you to picture in your mind whatever image your mind usually pictures when picturing the year. It's interesting to think that we may all picture the year differently. Some might picture it as 12 boxes, jumping from one month to the next. Some might picture it like a clock, with the movement from January to December going clockwise or counterclockwise, one wedge at a time. For reasons that I cannot explain nor even fathom, my mind has always pictured the year in the shape of a C, the letter C, with January being at the top, and June and July being at the center point of the C on the left, and December being down at the bottom right. Most of us have some concept of what it means in an image to progress throughout the year. What I'm going to do is to say a month, not every month. See what comes to your mind as you place yourself in that month, in the year that was. Memory, experience, a feeling associated with that particular month. Whatever comes up, just let it be and observe it. January of 2021. January of 2021. April of 2021. What is brought up in your mind as you return, as you conjure April of 2021? Details or macro images and feelings, or a combination, from April of 2021. July of 2021. Where does it take you? Where were you and what of it remains? Does it seem like yesterday or a decade ago? September of 2021. It's almost recent. What bubbles up? Where do you place yourself? And what does it feel like? September of 2021. And in its last waning hours, December 2021. December of 2021. What does or will that month and that year mean to you? What shape, what contours of experience and emotion does it represent? Did it offer? And as we tip from memory to possibility, conjure December 2022. Where are you? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Is it happiness, sadness, fulfillment, liberation, combination? Hold it in your mind's eye for a few seconds, as if it were within reach, as if it were predictable and attainable, though we know how little we possibly could know about what it actually will be. Perhaps we have some influence in shaping it. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. We'll come back to today, in this moment, and all that it offers. And we'll close by saying the closing meditation blessing 3 times, and then wish each other a Happy New Year and a Shabbat Shalom. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. And may we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. I say to you all Shalom and Shabbat Shalom and Namaste and Happy New Year.
You have been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast site or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about Temple Beth Am Los Angeles, go to tbala.org.